All right, so today we are watching, well, actually, this is interesting. I have a puts option on Facebook, and I'm actually up on it right now. I was down bad yesterday, like really bad, but I guess now I'm up on it, or break even at least. Overall, I'm gonna go for I guess the daily low to break. If my chart will load, that'd be great. But it's not. So the low of this candle is basically 332. So that's what I'm going to be going for on this drop. There it is. So 332 is what I'd overall be going for here. I'm going to go ahead and try and sell out of my position whenever that does break. Let's see. Getting a push here. I'm expecting a drop though. It says I'm up on my position today, which clearly I'm not. I don't know how much I'm down exactly, but I know I'm not up on my position. I hate that about trade ideas, I guess. Pretty annoying that it does that. Or not trade ideas, Thinkorswim. At least on the mobile platform. So just gotta wait. I'm gonna have to wait this one out. I want to see a break of 333. It might still keep climbing here, but I definitely don't want to see it hold VWAP. I want to see this continue lower and then potentially go towards its 200 today. There's the break at 333. See if we can get some continuation to the downside. Otherwise, I'm gonna let this one do what it needs to do. I'm still gonna keep holding it. Let me see. DTST is another one that we had on watch. This one looks okay for a 1 minute MACD curl, which it's doing right now. So this one actually looks pretty good. 10 minute also broke its high, same as the 5 minute. So this is a clean setup. Wasn't necessarily a huge move. It's below VWAP, but now it's breaking above. I want to see if it's going to hold this level. I'm not going to take any trades today, by the way. I'm just going to watch the market. LGVN tanking here. Not tanking necessarily. It's not that dramatic, but it is below VWAP as of right now. 5 and 10 minute look okay. They don't look terrible. iSun is popping up. Okay, I'm not sure why. IMMX. So this is one I will definitely not be trading anytime this week or at all. I guess in the near future. I'm kind of annoyed by this one already. So that was a really nice move on it though, right there. 5 minute MACD doesn't have me super convinced though. Although it's a really nice move, it's not a huge move. It's about 20 cents. Well, now it's 40 cents, what it's looking like. So that's a nice move there. Really clean setup on the 1 minute. For the 1 minute high to break. So it looks like today that's working. It's not necessarily a 5 or 10 minute setup, but I mean the 1 minute high was working so far on two separate stocks. LTVN. Here's another example. 1 minute high break. So we get let's see how many candles of pullback we're gonna get here. CNTB is also popping up. LIXT was another one that we had on watch. I don't really care for this one though because it's too low a price for me. Rally. Not doing much right now. Rally made a nice move yesterday though. I knew it too. That's insane. It sucks that most of these moves happen either when I'm gone or pre-market. There was some action on, for example, on DTST pre-market, but nothing too wild. It has a clean open and it got halted going up, which is awesome to see. So today we're seeing some more momentum compared to these other days where everything's just failing. Like LGVN, I would like to get in for a 1 minute high break here. Maybe a possible consolidation candle on this 1 minute candle, just because the next 5 minutes going to open. So I would like some sideways consolidation here before we see another rip through 1485. But we'll see what this one wants to do. I do like the 5 and 10 minute on this one though, especially the 5-minute MACD. It looks really strong. It can definitely curl again, so I'm excited for that. See what Facebook's doing. So Facebook's breaking lower. I want to see it break its daily low though. Daily low is 331.87. Just gonna wait for that to break. Hasn't broken yet. It's close, but not quite. 5 minutes still looks good to break lower for continuation to the downside. And then I can finally sell out of my position. Might hold it a little longer, but we'll see. Overall target would be this pre-market low here of 331. That's what I'd most likely be going for because seems the most realistic, I guess, right now. So if you get this 5-minute low break, I'm gonna have to sell out here soon. I could still keep holding it, but I think I'm just gonna sell my entire position. Oh. So let's see if we get that 331 break. It's 332, but I want to see it break 332's low. Quick pop there. I'm looking for a rejection. That might have been it. That might have been my exit there, but we'll keep holding for a bit. This is gonna be a pullback on the 1 minute, I think, and then a rejection again on the 5 minute potentially. At least that's what I'm hoping for. Giving back a lot of profit here in this pullback. I don't like to see. Still up overall in the account, which is awesome to see, but I want to see this reject 333 for sure, and then break 331 or 332 low because it still hasn't broke its daily low, and I do think it has that potential. So I'm not gonna panic out here. I'm just gonna wait it out. I would hate to see this double bottom though. That would be really annoying. See it double bottom and then give back all my profit and actually finish red today. Because I'm up about $200 right now on this stock. And the 5 minutes curling here. Jeez. We'll see what this wants to do then. So far it's reclaiming VWAP and it's actually holding its level. So maybe 332 is where I should have sold, but I still have faith that this can break its daily low. I feel like I should still keep holding this position. I just don't like that the 5 minutes curling here on the MACD. Same with the 10 minute. I think this can actually reclaim VWAP. This needs to reject though. Needs to hit 332 again. But it's holding this level. Let me check the other time frames, see what I think. 15-minute looks strong as of now. 30-minute also looks kind of strong. This needs to finish below VWAP. There's 350 now. Still holding this small range. So there's finished. It's breaking lower. Let's see if we get the break at 333 again. If we can get the break at 333, that'd look a lot better for me. The hourly is still red, but the hourly looks kind of strong. I need this to continue breaking lower here. Is 320 now. 16. Let's see if we get the break at 333. All the way back to 80. Am I gonna have to stop out here? I'm really curious. I don't want to, but I think I'm gonna have to. Just because, you know what? No. I'll tell you what. I'm gonna keep holding for the daily low to break because that was my overall target, and that's what I'm going for is the daily low to break. So we're gonna keep holding for that expectation. It's basically double bottom tier, hasn't broken yet, and it's really close. So I'm gonna continue holding for that break. Besides that though, if this continues holding and it breaks above 335 or 336, if it breaks above 336, I think I'm just going to stop out of my entire position and exit the trade. But right here is breaking 333. Just back to 32 there for a second. See if we get the drop and a final continuation setup here all the way through 331. I'd even be happy if it just broke the daily low for a second. Right now it's kind of popping up here. Next 5 minutes going to open. I don't like how strong it looks, but I'm hoping we see a rejection here. If not, I'm just completely wrong on this trade. So there's 335 now. 5 minute looks strong. 15 minute also looks really strong. Daily's coming up to its moving averages though. This 1 minute would really have to reject. And I know I'm trading a large cap stock, so I shouldn't be paying attention much to the 1 minute. Should be paying attention to the longer time frames, but I don't know. There's 335 now. So maybe I should have exited out of my position a long time ago. I want to see if this 5 minutes going to reject and we see continuation to the downside. Right now it looks really strong and I'm kind of having doubts on holding my position at the moment. Let's check what the SPY's doing. Depending on what the SPY's doing. So the SPY's actually popping here. So that was probably my exit. I should have just taken that exit. Now I'm kind of regretting it, because now I'm down on the account. I was up a tremendous amount actually, and now I'm down today. Pretty significant amount now. Still looking for that daily low to break. That's overall what I'm staying in the trade for. 5 minute MACD's crossing, everything's crossing. 30 minute as well. So it looks really strong today. I kind of don't know what I want to do. I still want to go for that daily low break. We'll see. So let's check out something else in the meantime. Rally popping up here. Rally's looking really good actually. Needs a couple candle pullbacks. So this one actually looks really good, and it seems as if it's actually moving today, not like yesterday where it was slow and choppy. This time it actually is making some decent moves. So here's a pullback on Rally. DTST is also popping up. DTST just resumed here. See if we get the break of 5 on DTST. Not quite, but it's holding 470, so I could have bought there at 472 in anticipation for the 5 break. 71, 65. So now it's finishing pretty low, and I don't like to see that. So as of now, it'd be a major losing trade if I did buy that dip. And it would definitely be a losing trade right now, especially if it fills that gap all the way back to VWAP. So DTST doesn't look super hot coming out of its halt. However, it's still holding the 450 level so far. It's broken down a little bit, but let's see if it fills this 1 minute low gap here. I do like it for a 1 minute high break, but the 5 minute doesn't look entirely strong the way it's set up right now. Let's check on Facebook. So Facebook's back down, which I do like to see that. We're going to continue holding here. That's crazy. Goes all the way back down, and as soon as I open the stock, it surges. Like, what? It's so funny. So weird. I don't know. It's just a coincidence, but still, it sucks. Okay. So LGVN couldn't hold its levels above VWAP, and now it's breaking below. This is for sure one I wouldn't be paying much attention to. IMMX is another one I wouldn't care about. Okay. Let's see, what's another one? FRI. Our leading gapper LAXT is also fading. This one's halted. BTCS, not sure what it's halted on, but it looks like it's gonna have a lower resumption, which kind of sucks. NRXP, LGVN. Check out DTST. So DTST is popping back up here. Broke its 5-minute high. Let me pull up the 10-minute on this one actually. There we go. So let's see how much I'm down on Facebook right now. So I'm still technically up. 10-minute doesn't look strong though. So if we get that 5-minute low to break, it's just sideways at the moment. 1-minute MACD looks like it's breaking lower though. 5-minute couldn't really hold above its levels. So still overall target is the daily low. So here's a break under VWAP a second time, hopefully. Quick break, but nothing significant. So it's another one. Let's go back to ISUN. This one's sideways, nothing crazy on it. DTST still popping on the scans, but rejecting its levels. So it's having a lot of resistance around that $5 break. That's gonna be a very tough one to get through. However, if it sets up properly with a stronger time frame, then we could definitely see the break of 5. How significant it'll be, I have no idea. It can either rip and continue ripping all the way to maybe 11, or it can just make a quick pop and then reject. I think in this kind of market, it's just gonna make that rejection. What else do we have? LTVN. I know there was one we were watching not so long ago. I don't remember what it was called. It had a pretty good setup. Was it Rally? Well, Rally doesn't look too bad. Its 10-minute looks super trash though, so I wouldn't be taking a trade on this one as of right now. It'd have to recover curl here. It has the potential, but I feel like it already made a big move there. DTST is just sideways as of right now. LGVN. LGVN's curling here on the MACD. The 10-minute doesn't look bad at all, except for the MACD on the 10-minute that looks trash. I would expect a false break. But what I would think this would do is pop up to VWAP here and then reject that level, and that's kind of it. So BTCS. BTCS here, nice 1-minute high break. So it broke, but not by much. DTST once again popping on the scans. Will it actually break 5 this time? It's 95, 97, 99. Not quite. Having a lot of resistance up here at 5. It's a bit of a struggle for this one right now. Yikes, so it's not going to do it on this candle. We'll go ahead and see if it can do it on the next candle. Or not the next one, actually. I'd prefer a second pullback candle and then a break. It's going to break in these last couple seconds here. I hope not, that would suck. If this candle breaks, that's going to be upsetting. Okay, so now we have a pullback on this one, which is looking good. At least it's pulling back a little bit. What we want. However, it's getting real top heavy at the moment, and I don't like to see that. It's getting pretty choppy up here around the $0.50 or the whole dollar, and it's not giving me any more confidence. If it breaks on this 1 minute high, I think that's kind of it, and it's gonna sell off after that. So let's see what it wants to do here. We hit the 30-second mark, and that's usually when more momentum comes in on a trade, choosing a side. It's not then, it's usually the 50-second mark. So there it's breaking lower. This is good. We're getting a pullback. 1 minute MACD doesn't look too good though. It looks like it can start crossing here, but I'm still looking at the 5 and 10 minute and they look pretty strong. So here's some sideways consolidation. Let's see if we get another 1 minute low break. If this is going to sideways consolidate some more, pull back some more, and then we can, well, I would potentially take an entry on the lows here in anticipation of a 5 minute high or 10 minute high break, which would be the 5 minute. My overall target would be the not the 5 minute, it would be the whole dollar of 5. That's what I'd be going for. So I like how it's holding 70 here, and I'd probably be buying in, looking for the next 1 minute high to break. But overall target, as I said, would be the 10 minute, but $5 in general. So let's just say I took my entry there at 75, which I would have liked to get in at 72, but I'm going to just estimate and say I got in at 75 in anticipation for the 1 minute high break over 5. So it already broke. There's 90. Let's see if we get a continuation here for the break of 5. 92. We need more momentum on this one. It's having a little struggle up here. I most likely sell into this candle just because the 1 minute MACD doesn't give me much confidence right now. So there's a false break and a rejection. See if you can recover and somehow hit 90 again. 91 for a second. But it's having such a hard time breaking this level. $92. See if you can do it on this 1 minute. 5 and 10 minute right there. 97. All I need is 99, 5, and then a quick sell through 5. So it's having such a hard time breaking. Look at that. All the way back down to 80. Jeez, what are these voice cracks? And a massive rejection all the way to 60. That's insane. 66 low. Market order, but still. Now the 1 minute MACD's crossing. Don't like to see that. See what Facebook's doing. Facebook's back at its highs. So it's having a hard time breaking lower here, and it's actually looking really strong now. So it couldn't continue to the downside, and now I'm definitely losing on my trade. On the daily, it's still at its moving averages here. It's rejecting a second time. See if it can break this low back to VWAP. I don't know. Overall, it's climbing today, which I don't like to see. I kind of want to see it reject, but everything else is showing that it's going to continue higher. The MACD looks good on all time frames. Same with the 30 minute, especially the 30 minute and especially the hourly. So I guess next dip to VWAP, I'll probably sell out of my position and just take that small win. I was hoping I could have sold below the daily low, but it doesn't look like that's going to happen. Looks like it's going to continue sideways today, or at least hold its level, and then potentially tomorrow it might break its low. But so right now it looks like it's pretty strong and holding all its levels. That doesn't give me much confidence in this trade, holding it longer than I should. Next 30 minutes should open here relatively soon either way. So let's see if we get that dip to VWAP here, and I can just sell out of my position. So from up 200 to only, well, up 200 to down $30 now on the stock. So I literally gave back a huge portion of my profit, which really sucks to see. But I don't know. I had a lot more confidence of it breaking down below its daily low. If this can somehow flush below VWAP and just somehow hit 333, that would be like 1 in a million, but it'd be a miracle for me. I'd definitely, stay in the trade if it somehow broke through VWAP and held at 333 low. Right now, it's just pulling back again towards VWAP. Still looks pretty strong on the 30-minute. Still looks really strong on the 15-minute. So it doesn't give me a whole lot of confidence. There's a 1-minute high break again. Back to 330. See if we get the low. If this can break 334, that'd be awesome. It hit VWAP, and I said that's where I would sell. So if we can get that break here, that'd be great. I still want to hold my position to the end of day, but just the way that everything's going right now for this stock, SPY still moving higher. It looks strong today. Wouldn't be surprised if Facebook's popping here yet. So I don't know. I was expecting the daily low on the SPY as well, but it couldn't break it either. SPY's just sideways as of right now, but all these other indicators are kind of showing that it's going to continue higher. It makes me pretty nervous. Still waiting for that break towards VWAP. Let's see if we get it here. Gonna continue holding, just gonna wait it out. I could hold till tomorrow. And depending on how it goes today, hope for that daily low break on this candle. I was really hoping to see that in the beginning of the day, but it didn't make that move, unfortunately. So now I'm kind of just sitting on my hands, not really sure if I want to continue holding. Stock looks strong. All the other indicators are looking pretty strong, but this is a whole day position and we're in the first 30 minutes. So I'm kind of not sure if I want to hold. I don't know. I'm just going to continue holding. Going to stick with my overall target. I do think this can somehow reach its 200, but today it's looking pretty strong as of right now, and it's kind of making me nervous. So I think the more I look at the stock, the worse it's going to be. Like I said, if it breaks 336, I think I'm just going to stop out. But then again, it has room to break 336 right now, so maybe I shouldn't have that as my stop. We'll see. We'll see how I feel in a bit. We'll come back to this one though. So LGVN still below VWAP, hasn't broken higher yet. It did break VWAP there, but it rejected and it couldn't hold. So BTCS, this one resumed, and now it's below its VWAP as well. DTST hasn't broken 5 yet. It's been close several times, 4 times, but hasn't broken yet. I think this one can do it, but it's going to be a while before we actually see that break. We had to wait for this one to properly set up on all time frames, because that would give me a lot more confidence. Next 10 minutes going to open here. It's potentially this next 10 minute is the one that can break, but we'll really have to see that 5-minute pull through. What else do we have? iSun can potentially curl through its VWAP here, but I'm not going to trade that. Well, I'm not trading that at all today. LIXT, same thing, breaking lower, not looking so hot. IMMX, same situation. However, it's 1-minute MACD here. It looks pretty good for a pop towards VWAP. I'm not going to give this one the benefit of the doubt though. Like I think it can pop towards VWAP, but I don't really care for it. Knowing that I got smoked on this one twice back to back, I don't have much confidence in this stock at all. But I mean, it's made pretty good moves pre-market. That's some really nice moves, especially yesterday pre-market. So anything can happen. EWTX. This one looks good. I like this one. Daily high already broke. It's breaking higher on its 1 minute. Still kind of holding VWAP for a second. It broke its trend here. So now we're seeing an upwards trend, which is good as long as it doesn't reject this level. It needs to keep holding. 5 minute looks solid on it. 10 minutes also curling, which is awesome to see. So everything's looking really good on this stock. Only thing is the spreads, and it's out of my price range. But I would definitely like to take a trade on this one. 5 minute high break here. 1858. Could buy that dip at VWAP and then potentially look for the next 1 minute high to break. So we're right at VWAP here. So if I bought the dip at 1812, that would have looked solid. I'm up a decent amount just because of the spreads though. Whether I'd get filled or not, I mean, it's kind of hard to say because it's so choppy. But overall target would be the last 1 minute high break. I don't have any other target. 10 minute, I guess. 1858. And potentially go for the pop through 19. Up towards 1920. That's what I'd probably be going for. Finishing high here, nice. Small pullback. See if we get that rip through 1858. Or if it's just going to do a massive rejection. So it's breaking lower here. Back towards 18 and massive loss if I held that position. So I don't know. I have several stocks recorded already. LGVN rejecting. DTST also rejecting. BTCS popping back up here after a rejection from its resumption. LAXT just not in my price range. I don't care for this one. iSun, it's just sideways for the most part, not doing much. And NTRB, I think, was another one. No, this wasn't one. Okay. Well, either way, I have all these stocks on watch. So I can go ahead and take these recordings and go ahead and review and see more or less what's going on. So Facebook's popping back up here. We're going to see what it's going to do. I don't know if it's a good decision for me to be holding it right now. Or we're going to continue seeing what it wants to do towards the end of the day, potentially hold till the end of the week. I still want to see it break its daily low, but I honestly don't think right now that it's going to do it. At least not in this time. Well, not at this time, I'd say. We'd have to see this one slowly start curling back down here, which, I mean, we'll wait. It's just usually it just continues higher, 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 and we see a massive move. But this time it's not really breaking significantly. It hasn't hit 336 yet, which I'm surprised about. So if we can see a shift in momentum here soon, that'd look great because we have all these wicks here on the 10 minute, all these wicks on the 5 minute choppiness in this area. I'd like to see it reject, and then later on during the day we see it break below its daily low. It's at its averages here, so it's somewhat of a resistance level, which is why it's having a hard time. But 336 is where its main average is at. So if it does break over 336, that doesn't give me a lot of confidence. 10 minutes finishing kind of low here. And then again, this 10 minute finished pretty low as well. And obviously it popped higher. So we'll see what this wants to do. I'm going to give it some time, give it some room, just wait it out, and hopefully come back to a green trade. So besides that, like I said, I have all the other stocks recorded here to see more or less what's going on and where the best trades could have been taken. I know I wasn't watching them the entire time though, so I don't have much to go off of because I was looking at Facebook the whole time. But for the most part, this is the market we're in. I can look at potential entries and exits depending on what the stock was doing. It's just hard to do it when there's so many different ones popping on the scans. I don't know. Like this one looks pretty nice, but I never got the action here. I couldn't get what the tape was looking like. I didn't get what the level 2 was looking like at the time of this trade. So I can only make an assumption of where the big moves are at and how they played out. Because who knows? It could have been just a huge market order push there, and then that was kind of the trade. But I have no idea. So anyway, with that being said, I will wrap it up here and see you guys tomorrow.